You don't seem to be a fan of Wike anyways.
I've never.
You've heavily criticized him on your Twitter handle.
I was not just a fan of Wike. When Wike stood for the truth, when he fought against a federal government that was overbearing, I traveled to Port Harcourt. Shehu, myself, my driver, my security, we drove by road because we didn't find any ticket. We drove from Abuja through Anambra to Port Harcourt in 2016 for the rerun. I was shot at in defense of Wike and the rest. He stood on the right part of history. Wike fought against government imposition, federal government imposition, manipulation of the election. I was in Port Harcourt live.
Oh, you almost lost your life.
I almost lost my life. I was live in Port Harcourt. I drove.
All because of Wike.
All to fight for democracy. All because we felt Wike was also on. You know, when he was in PDP, he was always, oh, Buhari is an evil man, blah, blah. Anyone who stands for the truth, no matter the risk, we will take that risk with you.
You once believed in Wike, but now
I once believed Wike when he was on the right path of politics.
But right now?
Right now, the man that I see is no longer the man that I used to know.
Who do you see now?
He's a man that has lost it.
In what sense?
In every sense. Wike has no bearing. He has no connection. He has no understanding of what governance is. He understands power, but he does not understand governance. He understands power in the sense that if you look at the results sheet that came out of Rivers State in the last election, you will weep for this country. I have some of them. The mutilation of result sheet just to arrive at a predetermined end of making Fubara governor, of making sure that Tinubu got certain percentage from the state, that was a joke taken too far.
But this mutilation you're talking about, they were challenged, they were discussed, they were debated in court, up to the Supreme Court.
Okay. Now I'm going to say this, right? Those mutilations, if they are, or rather, if they were handled by a proper judiciary, not the judiciary that has been politicized, a man like Wike should be in prison.
Based on what? Why would you throw him in prison? Why?
Because I was in Rivers, and I can tell you, Sheung, Wike's only claim to, to power is his relationship with the president. What Wike did in 2023, what happened in Rivers in 2023, should have him in prison. No, I'm not going to mince. I'm not going to, I'm not going to try to subpedal on this or say it softly. I'm going to be very blunt and I'm going to be very candid about it. The mess that happened in Rivers.
And you blame Wike for it?
Oh, there were video record, there were voice recordings of him even threatening to kill an INEC official who came from Plateau or thereabout.
And these are you've been able to authenticate this?
Let him, you see here, whatever I say, one thing I've done is every time I attack him, I attack you with fact. If Wike feels what I'm saying is wrong, you should take me to court. Please, we'll go past that. If Nigeria was a working society, if Nigeria was a working country, if Nigeria was a sane country, a man like Wike should be behind bars.
You just throw people behind bars without prosecuting them?
No. You make sure that you keep people within the law. You do not let people think they are above the law or they have grown beyond the constitution of the country.
What has he done to the offender?
A whole lot. Wike has messed up both democracy, both his own state, Rivers State, even the FCT here.
With all the roads and the
I said even the FCT here.
Do you agree now with Henry Shields here now that what happened in 2023 is a crime against Nigeria and that Wike should be in prison? Do you agree that they really mutilated the result? Let me don't use the word mutilated because of some people that might be too hefty a word. Do you agree that they changed the election results? That's what we mean by mutilation. They changed the election result. They wrote the ones that they wanted. And that's what gave us Fubara, and that's what gave us Bola Tinubu as our president, Fubara as the governor of Rivers State. That's why they're tossing Fubara anyhow, because he understood how he got there. Do you agree that Wike played a significant role in the mutilation or the changing of election results to get us to have Bola Tinubu today? Because remember, Rivers State was that Rivers State was the state that needed to tilt the election in Bola Tinubu's favor. So for that reason alone, do you agree that Wike should be in prison? Because from what he said, Wike has destroyed democracy in Nigeria. He has destroyed democracy in Rivers State. I mean, we can all visibly see it. And he also is doing the same thing with FCT. FCT is a case, we'll talk about that in another one. But in this particular situation, do you agree with what happened in 2023? Listen, 2023 was a precursor to what we are currently seeing in Nigeria right now. After 2023, every other election after 2023 has been rigged. Whether it's the local government election, off-cycle elections, senatorial elections, governorship election, Edo State is an example, Rivers State is another example. They've been heavily rigged. So do you agree with them? The script is being, listen, they're not even playing anymore. They're not even hiding it. They're showing the Nigerians that, listen, we can write their result. We don't care as long as we remain in power. It's exactly the same thing PDP did. They didn't care about fixing Nigeria because if PDP did what they needed to do, if Henry Shields' political party at the time did what they needed to do, we would not have had the misfortune of having Buhari as our president and now Bola Tinubu as our president. We would not have had that misfortune. As a matter of fact, if our electoral system had been fixed, there was no way in heaven, under heaven, that Wike would become a governor of a state. But yet, and Rashid is alleging as well, like many reports shown online in 2023, that the 2023 election in Rivers State was heavily rigged, results were heavily changed. Let's don't forget our judiciary. Our judiciary needs to be studied for corruption. Literally studied for how judiciary can be corrupt to the destruction of a nation. Our judiciary was just on ground waiting to be, to do their own part of their this fraud that brought about this current APC government in Bola Tinubu. What happened in Nigeria in 2023 was a lot of cases of corruption, electoral corruption, judicial corruption. That's what happened, and political corruption. INEC was on ground to rig the election. Judiciary was on ground to, confirm a rigged election. Politicians had paid people to rig the election. Nigeria was just on that free flow slope. Bola Tinubu told us that time, he said he was going to win. Nigerians said, no, you're not going to win. But guess what? They already had their plan made up. There's no way under this word where an electoral officer, the chairman of the elections in Nigeria, can organize a flawed election like we've never seen, the worst ever, and still remains as the chairman of the Electoral Commission. But yet he's still there. So the criminality that was executed in 2023 is a crime against Nigeria. So I'm asking you again, do you think that, and do you believe that Bola Tinubu is the president that Nigerians voted for? Or do you think that Wike should be in prison? Was Bola Tinubu the one Nigerians voted for? Did he win free and square? If your answer is right, yes, put it there. If your answer is no, put it in the comment section. But above all, the criminality. See, they thought that this bone, they were going to eat this meat, or what they did in 2020 and go scot-free. But they has come to hang them in the throat. If you look at what happened to Abacha died, Nigerians celebrated. After Abacha, we hadn't seen anything like that until Buhari died. And now Nigerians are wishing that Tinubu would die too. Imagine that system. Imagine that mindset. You see, the likes of Tinubu, Wike, they'll follow that name where their names will now become bywords like Abacha and Buhari in Nigeria's history. Mark my words. Because what it is right now is that the system, the people realize that they did not vote for you, but you forced your way on them, and now you're suppressing them with hardship, and you call those hardship reforms. You make laws that don't concern them, you rig your way into a state, criminally remove a state governor, even though Nigerians can question his existence as a good state governor in Fubara, but yet you removed him undemocratically, and you think you're going to go scot-free. That's why they're doing everything. Every election they've done, Since 2023, every single election they've done since then, they've rigged. Local government election, state government election, every off-cycle election they've rigged. Lagos State, Edo State, a case in point. So now Rivers State. So I'm asking you again, do you agree that Tinubu won the 2023 election? Do you believe that Nigerians really voted for him? Do you think that Wike should be in bars, if not in beyond prison? If Nigeria was working, would we ever have a Wike as our governor in the first place in Rivers State and now a minister? Put that in the comment section. Let's have this deliberation. We need to get into the matter of it. And don't forget to like, share. Please subscribe if you've not done so. And also click on the notification bell and recommend this channel to others. I'll catch you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.